Happy Monday, people. So, I guess this has really caught your attention. Well, we'll talk about the guitar as soon as I get situated. This thing's a monster. It's a beast. It has lights and lasers. Yes. So, hope everybody's doing good on this wonderful Monday. So for, I don't know, at least over a year, everybody's been like, what is that thing behind you? Now it's right here in front of you. So this is the Ultrazone guitar. I should have grabbed the album artwork off the wall before I sat down. But too late. I'm sitting. How classic. I totally unplugged myself because you can't really loop the cable around the strap. Yeah. So anyway, this was a gift from my wonderful wife, who most of you have known now passed away in July. And when I was going through Facebook tonight to put the event up, you know how Facebook loves to remind you about memories. And it was 12 years ago, 12? 11? 11 or 12 years ago tonight that we went to Ireland and met Alistair Hay, who's a pretty decent friend of mine now, and his wife Kim from Emerald Guitars. This is actually an Emerald guitar. He is the builder of Emerald Guitars. And yeah, we went out there. Well, first of all, Wendy surprised me with this whole thing. We weren't dating long, and she decided, you know, she's a big Steve Vai fan, and she saw that this builder was doing this guitar that is the artwork for the album, The Ultrazone. So, all you guys just look it up real quick. I don't feel like getting up and getting it. How lazy am I? And since this was totally off the cuff, I'm not prepared. I don't have pictures from the trip, nothing. But I shared an album on Facebook, so you could check it out over there. And I need a sip of tea, so hang on a second. Yes, it does look like an alien weapon. Because it is. The album cover has Steve Vai dressed as an alien, and he's not dressed, it was fan artwork. And Steve wound up having this guy do the artwork. And it's pretty awesome. Yeah, so tonight was, or is, the 11th anniversary, I believe, that we went to Ireland. So Wendy wanted to get this for me as a gift, and she started talking to the builder, and then, as it turned out, I knew Alistair sort of through Parker Guitars because he was buying his neck fretboards with the frets. Because if anybody knows a little bit about Parker, the way they're designed is they are, the fretboards and the frets are glued to the guitars. Same with this. Stainless steel frets. It has a tremolo bar, but I'm not sure what I did with that. I think it's up there or around there somewhere. But it's nearby. It's somewhere. But anyway, let's move this over to here and try and get the whole thing in the frame here because it's pretty amazing. So on the artwork, it's this alien beast. Now, if you look at it, you could see it's changing colors. It's a chameleon paint. It goes between green, purple, and brownish. It's pretty insane. Yeah. So Wendy got in touch with the guy and booked this trip, and we went out and hung out with Alistair. And then we wound up hanging out with Steve and the band, and the picture that I put up on the YouTube channel and on Facebook has the picture of me holding this guitar, which Steve thought was his. So it was pretty wild. And I'm sorry I'm not acknowledging everybody. I figured we'd just get right into it because people were asking in the chat here. So yeah, so today is the 11th anniversary of the trip that Wendy and I went on. We got this guitar, and then what wound up happening was Alistair had us go and hang out with Steve and the band before and after the show, which was pretty amazing. And there was a little meet and greet before the show, and I had this guitar in the case behind the couch where Steve sat. And once he sat down, and when he entered the room, since Wendy and I were right in the front, and because Wendy had MS, any trips that we went on that were long, she would bring her wheelchair. And Steve walked in and tripped over the foot of the wheelchair and knocked it off. But what he didn't know was that they were magnetic. So he's standing there apologizing, thinking he broke the chair. He's like, "Oh my goodness, I broke your wheelchair." And we're like, "No, you didn't break the wheelchair. It's all good." So I got up and snapped it back on. It was all good. So he sat down, and after he got comfortable with the 20 of us that were there, I pulled this out and I handed it to him, and he goes, "How did you get my guitar? Thomas is tuning this, getting it ready for tonight." And I'm like, "No, that's my guitar." And he's looking at it going, "No, this is my guitar." And we were going back and forth, which was a total skit from Laurel and Hardy or something. "No, that's my guitar." "No, it's not. It's my guitar." So it was quite comical. And yeah, so the guitar is an amazing piece of work. It's art. The thing's unbelievable. It lights up. Lights up. Pretty wild. And then it has lasers that also light up, but you can't see them unless it's pitch black and there's smoke in the room. But there you go. There's the lasers. I'll point them on the ceiling behind me. There you go. Lasers. Pretty wild, right? See if we can get them. Not working very well. All right, anyway. Steve signed the back, just totally upside down. And then Alistair signed the inside, which I didn't want him to do. I wanted him to sign the outside, but he was like, "No, I'm not going to take away from Steve's thing." And so, yeah. Let's flip this guy around. Gotta watch the ceiling. There we go. So even the back is insanely detailed. Let's get this out of the way. There we go. So there it is. Mr. Vi. Look at that crazy art. Look at the color. I mean, it's just, the whole thing is really an amazing piece of art. One piece neck. And Alistair had this on an infinity mirror hanging. And when you looked at it, it looked like it just went into a black hole. It was pretty amazing. But that stand was too big and too crazy to ship back to the U.S. So we did not get the stand. And people are texting me, so I hope you can hear me, because if you guys can't hear me after all of this, what happened last week, I am just going to give up here. All right, so let's see. All right, that is just somebody texting me randomly. Has no idea that I'm live right now. All right. So, all right, so straight out of serotonin, that thing is outrageous. Yes, it is. Rob wants to know material used to make it. All right, so the original guitar that he made for Steve was made out of, believe it or not, a Steinberger rowboat paddle style headless guitar. So he glued all the parts on. So from here to the headstock, if you look closely, looks like a Steinberger guitar. And he used the Steinberger tremolo. But for this, he flew to LA, got the guitar that he originally made for Steve back in 1997-ish for the Ultrazone album, and which I left all of it out. So let's rewind to Alistair, because this is an important part of the story. So Alistair was just getting into guitar building back in the mid to late 90s, and he went to see Steve at a place called Vicar Street in Dublin. And the artwork for the album was hanging as the backdrop. So Alistair was so inspired by that artwork that he went home and built this guitar. This was the first guitar, from what I remember with Alistair's story, that he ever built. Cheers to Alistair. And fast forward to 2012. Steve announces in 2011 that he's going on this tour, and he's going to take the Ultrazone guitar out because it was the anniversary of the album, and he was going to tour the album with the guitar. Played the whole album, and for the song Ultrazone, Steve comes out in a space outfit with lights and lasers and all kinds of insanity, and it was amazing. And Alistair, before that, he gave Alistair heads up like in 2010. Alistair flew back to LA, grabbed the original guitar he made for Steve, made a mold. Okay, so this guitar is one solid piece. It's a mold. I believe it's carbon fiber, so it's probably pretty indestructible. Then he brought the original back to Steve and made this guitar from that. And I don't know how many were actually made of this guitar, but this is the third one made. It's number 3. But I told Alistair I wanted number 7. And either 7 was spoken for, or maybe that amount wasn't made. But he wrote number 7 on the inside for me because 7 is Steve's favorite number, 777. Hence the green guitar back there. There were 777 of those made. Steve has the 7th song from every album on a specific album called, I think, the 7th song or something like that. But anyway, so that's most of the story. This rock is from one of the beaches close to Alistair's home, and every guitar had one of these rocks put in. On the original artwork, there is some kind of rock on the guitar. So all of these details, Alistair did. Hey, Jill, talking about your wonderful sister and our trip to Ireland. Yes. So yeah, it was quite a trip and quite a memory. You should have seen me trying to get through customs with this thing. Holy cow. But the people in Ireland were awesome at the airport because they knew of Alistair, and every 10 feet when they saw me with it, the guys were like, take it out, let's see it, play it. So I wound up making the whole flight late for the return trip because I was like, dude, we're going to make... He's like, nah, we'll hold the plane. They radioed ahead. I mean, it was crazy. So I was playing the guitar in the airport in Dublin, showing the security people this guitar. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. So again, this is on the Ultrazone album cover, okay? And that tune that I just played, I had to transpose it to D flat because this thing is tuned down to D. And I can't tune it up because the strings, Alistair, if you ever watch this, I'm sorry, but I haven't changed the strings since I got it from you. So these strings are 11 years old and they won't tune to pitch. So I had to detune it tonight to get it working so we could do something live. So let's move that over. And it sounds great. I mean, it's a great sounding guitar. We'll go through some of the sounds without this mic on in the room. Sounds pretty cool. Sounds great. It's got great variety of tones. Oh, hey, Tina, my old neighbor from a very long time ago. Tina, how you doing? Good to see you on here. Wow. Ryan, hey. Whoops. What just happened? There he is. Let's see. Well, at least the neck won't move. Carbon fiber isn't affected by weather or humidity. No. Yeah, it stays in tune really good, and 11-year-old strings, yeah. Ouch. But they're in. A little off, but hey, what do you want for 11 years? Like I said, this was totally not planned. I just saw the memory about an hour before I went on, and I was like, oh, you know what? We got to switch it up. Hey, Joe Ferrara. It looks like one of those lizards in Avatar. Yeah. That's hilarious. Oh, yes. Cost? Yeah, we won't go there. It cost enough, I'm sure. It was a gift. I have no idea. We went on a trip. It was all like a whole thing. So, and there's really not that many made. So, I have no idea. But it was pretty awesome. We weren't married. Yeah, I think we were dating for less than a year, and Wendy decided to do this, so it was pretty awesome of her. Yep. Let's see. Let's rewind and see who's here, because I missed a lot of people. So Pete Pingle, what's going on, Pete? Ed B says, oh, wow. Yeah, totally, oh, wow. Bringing out the big guns. Yeah, you guys have been asking about the guitar, and it has a really killer story, so I figured I'd take it off the wall tonight, considering it is the anniversary in which we got it. Good day, Mr. Formiati, all the way from down under, all the way from Australia. Yes, sir. Who else is hanging out? Tracy. Hello, Tracy. Thank you for sharing. Hello, Mandar. I think for some reason your emojis are not showing up, but they're coming up as that. Hand pink waving. Hand pink waving. That's hilarious. Oh, yes. Sweet lights. Yeah, man, this thing's got some cool gadgets. I wish I knew where the tremolo bar was. It's probably right over there on the shelf, because I usually keep everything together. But I'm sure the tremolo bar will totally make this thing go out of tune. Like I said, these are the strings from 11 years ago. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's no tuners up here. The tuners are down here, like the Strandberg, since this is a Steinberger, original Steinberger type tremolo. So you tune it from down here. And once the strings stretch, there's only so far you could tune it. So I couldn't tune it up to pitch. I was only able to get it to tune to D flat. So this is way low. The strings are like rubber bands. It's really actually pretty fun to bend on D flat. The whole guitar is down to D flat. Super heavy. It's total chug. Pop this bad boy on over here. Let's see who else is hanging out here. Angelo! Hope you're still on, Angelo. You finally get to see this. Right? You wanted me to bring it to go play with Lou. Lou wanted me to bring it to go play with Lou. It's like, I'm not playing jazz on the space age guitar. Not happening. Hello, Janice. Lurking is fine. Mike Molino, hello. Hello. Let's see who else is here. I think we got everything covered, maybe? Rob, I don't know. Let's talk about the guitar. Who created it? Tuning, tonal scale. Yeah, so I'm just using that tune. I believe I was doing a lot of what key would that be in? C sharp down. Yeah, so it was way down. So that was probably Mixolydian. A lot of my stuff turns out to be in Mixolydian. Hello, Mom. Glad you're here. Stephen T says crazy. Absolutely. This guitar is berserk. Berserko craziness. Alien Weapon, yes. I know the album, I have it. Cool. Hello, Vanessa. Good to see you on here. And I think that's pretty much everybody. So let me fast forward to where we left off. Mark Fazio. There he is. Come on. I've been watching your fingers. I'm so influenced by you. Thanks, man. Mark Fazio, everybody. I gave him lessons a really long time ago. And always fun giving him lessons, man. Wow, that was a long time ago. And Vanessa's on Facebook as well. Awesome. All right. You need some new Steinberger strings, Vince. Yes, yeah, I do. I do. I have to just get online and buy some. And then set this thing up properly. And then I'll do a proper video, with the pictures from the show, pictures of Wendy holding it. Wendy got to hold Evo, and Steve was just so nice. Really nice. I've met him many times over the years. And he's just awesome. Just an awesome dude. Really. His whole band was awesome. I'll never forget. So I met them all in 97 on this tour. Probably before that too. But on that night, at a place called Toad's Place in Connecticut. Uh-oh. Hey, here he is. Metalhead Hippie. What's going on, man? I was talking about you today. I had a conversation with Cynthia Templeton from Push to Walk, and we were both singing your praises for what you did for the benefit that you held on your show to raise some money in Wendy's name for Push to Walk. So, again, we appreciate you, man. So back in like 97 or whatever year that album came out, I was at the show, and it's like a threefold thing, but we won't go there. We'll just keep it simple. So went to the show, wound up getting backstage and hanging out with them, and Philip Bino, the bass player, he remembered me from way back then. And when we were in Ireland and I was talking about how Wendy got this and blah, 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 and we were just chatting about it, and he goes, dude, you gonna marry her? Like, tonight? And they were willing to actually, bring me up and propose to her, but I didn't have a ring, I didn't have anything. I wasn't gonna just randomly do it. But that would have been pretty wild. And that was back in 2012. But it took me long enough, but we eventually got married, obviously. But so here's the guitar, man. People, look at that. It's crazy. Look at the green. It goes green, it goes purple. It's a little red there, isn't it? It's just one of these crazy paint jobs. But yeah, so Philip was just like, dude, you should marry her tonight. Yes. All right, so basically I played one song and talked for 40 minutes. Also, sorry about the intro when I stepped on the cable and totally blew it. And then I couldn't see to plug it back in because the lights were out. I was trying to show you guys the whole craziness with the lights. What do we have here? Comment. Have you ever played Passion and Warfare or Touching Tongues through thoughts on Sex and Religion tour with Devin Townsend. Did you see him create that song Stars for Tune Tracks? Okay, so let's go back to, have you ever played Passion and Warfare or Touching Tongues? So I honestly haven't really learned any Steve Vai tunes. I appreciate him. I think he's awesome, and it's not because I haven't really, I don't think I can play them. I just don't want to play stuff by Steve because being an instrumental guitar player, I already get accused of, you think you're Steve Vai, especially now that I switched from Parker guitars to the Ibanez. That's happening all over the place now. And I'm like, no, I love Steve, but I never really learned any songs to play them. I've taught them to students before, and they're awesome, and there's stuff I play along to just to goof around, but I never learned a song start to finish on purpose and thought, I'm going to cover this song and play it. So I don't know if that's answering that part of the question. All right, so Sex and Religion, incredible album. I love that album. I think Devin Townsend is ridiculously talented. And I got to hang out with Devin at the 2019, what was that thing that I went to? The thing Steve does every year. The guitar camp that he does. Vai Academy. Jeez, I can't remember anything. Vai Academy, awesome. I went to that because my buddy Larry Mitchell was teaching, and my friend Matt from Fractal was doing classes on Fractal, and Andy Timmons happened to be going that year, and I'm sort of friendly with him. I've known him for years. And then there were a couple more people that I'm blanking out on that I knew because of music, obviously. So I went. But that's a whole nother story because that wasn't very straightforward. So anyway, last minute I got to go, which was great. But Devin Townsend was super nice, super creative dude. Really, really amazing voice. And what was really cool is they did, I believe, Sex and Religion. And Devin was reading the words off the internet on his cell phone because he couldn't remember it. And Steve talked him into doing it. He's like, come on up. We rehearsed the song. We're going to, we rehearsed it once with the band. You got to come up and play it with me. So he came up and crushed it. Ridiculous. His voice is still incredible. Still incredible. Now, let's see one more. Was there another part of that? Did you see him create that song Stars for Tune Tracks? Yes, I'm pretty sure. And, just everything, either Devin or Vai, whatever they do is just off the charts. It's always great. Hey, Sean, what's going on? Let's get you up here. There he is. Hello. All right. So I'm going to put this guitar down and play some other tunes for you guys and gals that are hanging out. So let me get this locking strap. The other thing with this guitar is it's a very odd way to hook the strap. So you see the buttons are, can you see that? The buttons are right here and right here. So when it hangs on you, it moves. It's really weird. But anyway, it's just a piece of art. I would never play a gig with this thing at all. Hey, I know I came in late. Hello, Jennifer. The crazy guitar. You'll have to rewind and watch from the beginning, but to sum up real quick, I got it in Ireland 11 years ago today. Wendy and I had a trip to Ireland to meet the builder and meet the gentleman, Mr. Steve Vai, who plays this guitar. So that was pretty wild trip. Hey, Surfer Bye, what's up, man? So I pulled the guitar off the wall. You'll have to rewind and watch from the beginning. But this thing is quite the quite the thing, really is. Actually, you know, we're still talking about it, so let me put this down, and let me lay this down on the floor for a moment, and then let's get the album cover here. So that's the. Let's try this. Stop with the glare already. All right, we'll just take it out. So this is the guitar, the artwork, and Steve wanted to give this guy credit, but nobody could find him. So that's the actual guitar. Yes, thank you. It's pretty insane. So that's the influence for the guitar. And then on the back cover of the album, there's a reverse view of the guitar, and Alistair copied that as well, which I can't get the back out. Let's see if we can. Geez, that is just not working at all, is it? Can I get the back of the album out? No, I'll probably mess it up. Let's see. Nope, not gonna do it. I'll break the CD. But yeah, there it is. Yes, I'll play it a little more before we go into the next part of the show. Let's see. Surfer Boy, howdy. Yes, music and law is all over the place. We got a nice group here. So cool. Thanks for hanging out on a Monday here with me. And I figured, you know, we have the space age guitar, so I'd have to wear something space age-ish. So, Star Wars. Alright, so let's plug this thing back in. We'll make a little noise with this guy real quick. One more time for the late comers. And then we'll get on with some other music. Yeah. All right. That sounds amazing. Listen to that. All right, here we go. Let's do something with this. All right. Yeah, so that's the Ultra Guitar. The Ultra Guitar. Pretty kicking. Sounding good, Vince. Thank you, Chrome. Git Fiddle. That's a cool guitar, man. Do you own that? Because that's awesome. I love the Chrome Boy. Holy cow. Joe Satriani's Chrome Boy. Look at that thing. Let's see. Let's see. What did I miss here? Are you using the Axe-Fx 3 for the synth drone? Yes, so that's actually a synth pad that I created from one of the presets, which I can't remember, but it's a stock preset that you can get in the Axe-Fx. Let's try turning it on. That would help. So it's a synth type pad. It might be crystals or something like that in the preset, but of course I changed it to work with everything that I do. So it's just huge, especially in the room. You guys have stereo, so if anybody's listening with headphones, you'll hear it panning. It's really wild. Thank you, Janice. Hey, Ben, what's going on, Ben? Yeah, this guitar is pretty sick. It is pretty sick. Hey, Suzanne, what's up? Just got online. You'll have to rewind to hear the whole story about this guitar, but it's a special guitar. It's the 11th anniversary of this guitar for me. Yeah, so pretty crazy stuff. We gotta get you playing, Suzanne. You got that new Nita Strauss guitar. That's a nice guitar. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, the sound of this thing's just amazing, and the atmospheric stuff kind of suits it. But it's a shredder. I mean, that's why I did the one-handed thing. I wanted to talk about that because the action is so low. I wasn't doing it to show off. I was doing it to show that it's sick. The action is so low on this thing. It's unbelievable. Yeah, crazy. That scale tone you choose to play over that. So that one was because it was like this D thing. I was treating it as, so technically, if you're looking at my hands, we'll just think E minor, but we're tuned down to D flat. So really, I'm treating it as Dorian. Okay, so the 2 of D is what I'm thinking in. I like that Dorian mode sound, but then when I was getting a little out, I would change that, so I'd keep the pitch the same, which we can just do it real quick. So now just check this out. I'll go through each mode and show you guys how crazy this is. So you keep the background the same. Here's Dorian, off of E. Everything's off of the 12th fret. Now if you want to sound a little out, I don't know if you can hear me, so if you want to sound a little out, play each mode off of that pitch, and it's going to start really getting dissonant. So now the next one I'll do is Phrygian, keeping the background the same. Take it even further, Then you do Lydian off of that. Keep the background the same. It's going to get really dissonant. Kind of sounds Joe Satriani like. He loves his Lydian. And then take it more. So now the next one in line would be Mixolydian. So here's the same chord with this Mixolydian scale. And then so on. So now you can take it up to Aeolian, which would sound a little more in tune because it's a minor chord that I'm doing those tones from. But that's where you get the dissonance, is when you start playing against it. So when I go out within a song, I'm thinking of a whole different key for a moment, if that makes sense. Yeah. All right. And then Locrian here at the end. Woo! Whoops. So yeah, that's how you could have fun over a drone, is take the tones from the different modes and play them against the same pitches, and then you can hear the colors and how they clash and how they sit nicely, different ones. So it's fun to experiment. All right, so let me put this guitar back and let me grab one of the other axes and play some music for you all, since we've been streaming here for an hour and I've just been chatting it up. I think everybody's enjoying themselves. Doesn't seem like I lost too many people. I think I lost some people with all the weird theory stuff. But yeah, I hope that helped. Rob. Hope you weren't one of the ones that left. There he is. Yeah, you know, it's really cool. The theory stuff is a lot of fun. And of course, every time you change one of the modes over the top of that E, it becomes something else, which I didn't get into because it becomes all of these like minor 7 flat 5s and altered 13ths and all of this weird stuff, which some of it, honestly, I don't even know myself. I just go by ear. So anyway, what we are going to watch to wait a second. We are going to try to rehang the guitar. Yeah, I am not going to have you guys watch me rehang the guitar because that will be stressful. So I'm going to mute the broadcast for a moment. Yeah, I'm no fun, but I don't need everybody watching me in case it slips. And then, oh my God, how terrible would that be? So if I don't come back, you know something bad happened. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All is well. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for all the compliments going by here. Let's back up a bit. Let's see. We had Pooh Ninja. Hey, I hope you're still here. Good to see you. Thank you, sir. Ripping it up. Trying to rip it up. Let's see. Vince, so glad you still use wah-wah. So many guitars are not into them or just don't get the feel for them, I guess. Yeah, sometimes I use it a little too much. I love it. It's such a great sound. I really do love it. But, Kirk Hammett always gets guff about overusing it. And, it is what it is. It sounds great. And if you're into it, use it. Eddie Van Halen always used the Phase 90 and no one gave him a problem. So, in fact, he never really used a wah-wah until the 2015 tour and that new album. That was kind of new for him. Thank you, Suzanne. I'm trying. Oh, yes. Hello, Vanessa. Let's see. Thank you. That was Autumn Drive. Yes, that was Autumn Drive. Oh, man, Angelo, you are hilarious. Should I bring a ladder? Yes, you should bring the ladder. I actually have a step stool over here because I don't want to accidentally drop it. It's actually not that high, but it's just awkward, and you got to sit it just right in the stand. Angelo was talking about me putting the guitar back for anybody who just tuned in. Oh, that's hilarious. Hey, Natalie. Thank you so much. Say hi to John. Hope you guys are doing well. A little tea. It's so weird going to a normal guitar after that beast. It feels like so small. Everything's like, yeah, it's totally different. Let's see. Joe Ferrara. I have one video playing on Facebook and the other on YouTube on my television simultaneously, and it sounds really cool. Oh, that's hilarious, man. I bet it sounds insane. That guitar hanging on your wall looks like a hunting trophy from the Planet Rock. I like that. That's great right there. The Planet Rock. Yeah, man, that is the Steve Vai Ultra guitar. The whole first half of the show was all about that thing. What a beast of a guitar. My goodness. Oh, man. So sorry, Ryan. It's always so... it's rough. You get it. I don't have to talk about it. I get it. You get it. It sucks. It could be 17 years from now or 2 weeks. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Or 20 years. I saw 17, but yeah. Oh, man. Let's see. Who else is hanging out? Boom! Hippie says boom! Timothy wants to hear Ceremony by Satriani. Man, I don't know that song. Again, just, I don't really know many... Well, I shouldn't say know many. I don't know really any well enough to play them by Satriani or Vai, as much as they've influenced me to become a instrumental guitar player. Mostly out of hearing their interviews and what nightmares singers have been, because I had the same experience. It was always something with a singer. I shouldn't say always, because I'm going to offend some of my friends that I play with, and they're great singers. So I shouldn't say that. But back when I was trying to do vocal stuff with my bands, it was really hard to find a really good singer. One that had the range that we needed to cover the stuff that we were doing. And cover, I mean originals. Yeah, just vocally it was difficult. We were inspired by Queensryche and Journey and both versions of Van Halen and Queen and just every band that had a great singer. So our stuff in Crystal Vision was very difficult. And we found Mike and we used him for a long time. But distance, he lived far away. He still lives far away. So there was always some kind of thing holding everything up. So I shouldn't insult people, because we did have great times with everybody who sang for that band, and additionally, or including other singers that have continued on with us. So, but mostly the reason why I do my stuff as instrumentals is because I just don't want to rely on other people. So I guess that's really the truth. So there's no vocal lyrics to my songs. I just do everything instrumentally, and I don't know any Satriani stuff well enough to play it. That tune Ceremony is awesome, and I don't want to put it on, because if I put it on, I'm going to get a copyright. Maybe, who cares? Maybe I'll do it anyway. But let's see. Thank you, C Barrel. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. But yeah, Timothy, maybe I'll learn it. We'll do it. I mean, I do all these other tunes, but it's because I'm playing to them, not over them. So, yeah. Multitasking. I try. I got to get a foot switch for the comments, so when I see them go by, I can click them onto the screen, because the screen I'm reading is super tiny, and when I'm standing back there, I can't read them. So, excuse me. Tina, yes, thank you. And say hi to your family as well, and I hope you're good. And if you're still here, I don't know, you might have bailed by now. I know it's getting late for people. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you. I try and be smooth. Some nights, not so much. Yes, thank you again. Let's see. Metalhead Hippie says, rock on. Yes, sir. That's all I can do is rock on. Hey, Price is here. Price is lurking. Yeah, there's a lot of people lurking. The comments are not as chatty as last time. And there's still about 30 people on. So everybody say hi. Don't be shy. You know, there's a lot of cool people here. A lot of friendships made on my show, which is really awesome. It's so cool to see everybody interacting with each other and saying hi and catching up. So don't be shy. Say hello. That's fine, brother. Thanks. Yeah, you know, let's give it a shot. Screw it. Where's my what is that thing called? Spotify. Let me look this tune up. Ceremony. There he is, Mr. Satchman. Whoop, it just disappeared. What happened? There, that's better. This song is so great. Let's see. Where is he? Sounds detuned. Might need to get the ultra guitar back out here. Oh yeah, that's definitely detuned. Let's listen to that. Yeah, so... yeah, it's definitely detuned. It might be an open tuning because that drone note is really low. So I'm not going to be able to do that on a regular axe. Hey, Price. Price is lurking. Price says, hey. Let's see who else is hanging out here. Oops, some more comments that I missed. Okay. Having said that, I absolutely love your originals. Thank you, Timothy. I really appreciate it. That's kind of the main focus. I like doing the covers because they're fun, and I try and give a nod to my favorite guitar players like Jimi Hendrix. I should learn something by Joe Satriani and Steve Vai. I should, because they're part of that whole thing, and maybe I should just get over it. People are going to accuse me what they want because I play Ibanez guitars. and I'm instrumental, so it's all good. But yeah, I should definitely do I should do a Satch tune. I love Crystal Planet. The first tune on this, is it the first tune or is it up in the sky? What the heck is the first tune? Where is that? Up in the Sky is the first tune. This song's great. All his songs are great. Who am I kidding? All those harmonics. I mean, just House Full of Bullets. It's like every song on this album's great. I have another one that I'm working on that sounds very Satch-like. I don't even know if I could play it right now, but I'll debut it for you here real quick. This change is such a pain in the neck. Wow, yeah. Ooh, I'm not warmed up enough for that. It's a giant stretch too. Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, it's a pretty cool tune that I'm working on, so I want to get that one recorded. But thank you so much. I'm glad you and everybody else comes back and digs my originals. And I prefer instrumental. That's why I mentioned Satch. Awesome. Yeah, I prefer instrumental too. It's nice, not to have lyrics because you can kind of color and think about what you want to think about, and it doesn't guide you to thinking about one thing or the other. I mean, you could just read the titles and go from there and imagine. So like that tune Up in the Sky, House Full of Bullets, Ceremony, Lights of Heaven. I mean, just all these great tunes just on this album alone. But Always With You, Always With Me, classic Satch from day one. So it's nice, you could kind of get into your own space and think about what you want to think about and not have it dictated by lyrics. I guess that's where I'm going with it. So, when you guys hear Autumn Drive, you think about autumn and go for it, and think what you want to think. That other tune I do, Take You There, it's another one, I'm not going to get into what that one's about, but it's got a thing about, taking somebody to a place, so that's what it's about. Take You There. Yeah, I have one called Mojo Madness from years ago that I'm working on. It's so hard to play. This one I actually wrote when I met Joe Satriani the first time, and I called it Satch's 7-Eleven. It was at a NAMM show, and I was at a 7-Eleven, and Joe Satriani walked in and came to the aisle where I was. I didn't even know it was him, and my friend is nudging me. He's literally nudging me to the point where I'm almost falling over. It's boom, 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 hitting me in the side elbowing me. I'm like, what? And he's like, and I look over and Joe Satriani's standing next to me buying all this nice healthy food, and I have yodels and chocolate milk and just crap. So I put it all back on the shelf, and I'm like, oh man. And that's kind of when I started eating better. This is going back way a long time ago. So I put all my stuff back, and he kind of looked at me funny. And I said, dude, you've inspired me to eat better. And I said, besides your guitar playing, inspires me to be a better player. And we started chatting, and he asked, what am I doing? And I said, I'm out here demoing Parker Fly guitars. And he said, oh, cool. And I said, Randall Amps, they're unleashing one of their new amps, and I'm demoing it tomorrow. And he's like, oh, yeah, what time? Maybe I'll come by. I'm like, oh, my God. Joe Satriani is going to come by and see me. So I said, 1 o'clock. And he's like, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I'm going to be at the Marshall booth demoing an amp, my amp. And I was like, I said, well, I'm going to miss you. which I think is more important than you missing me. But after he left, I came up with this riff in the hotel room. It's so cool, but I can't play it. Thank God I recorded it already. Now I just have to practice it and relearn it. And then you need the whammy pedal for that part. Let's try it again. I hate this part. It's supposed to go way high. Anyway, it's just something I need to practice. But it's got a cool groove. So it's pretty wild, and I actually have Stu Ham playing bass on it. So it's pretty awesome. Anyway, hopefully all of these tunes will start drizzling out in 2024 here. Let's see. Chuck Rogers, hello man, what's going on? Instrumental, lets everyone dream up their own dream and more people can go to their own place in a different dream. Yeah, I like that, Ryan. That's pretty cool. And that's kind of the whole point, you know, like I just want people to just think of what they want to think about while they're listening to my tunes, and maybe I'll inspire them what to think about with the title, but then just kind of go on your own journey, you know, like off in the distance, which I cannot do on this guitar. So excuse me if I screw it up, because I'm going to. But it's this crazy tapping thing. So it's got this really cool, you know, vibe to it, and I can't do it with the fancy inlay because it throws me off. I need the Petrucci model for that one because it's just got straight up inlays, no fancy nothing. I can see and not get distracted. Hey, Dave Da Silva, what's going on? Can't stay long. Wanted to say hi. Well, thank you. Hello to you. Hello to you and the family. Hope everybody's doing good. That sounds cool, but sounds painful. Yeah, oh, probably because I wasn't playing it good. Oh my God. Hey, Chuck. Shaky, shaky, shake. Yes, well said, Ryan. Absolutely. Yes. So, with that, let's play a little more. Let's see what's on the schedule. What do I have here on the schedule? What did I have? Tonight's live stream. Yeah, maybe I'll try not to butcher Off in the Distance. I haven't played that one in a while. Let me go get my Petrucci model from over there because I can't play it on anything else. I know you get mad, but you should go get the M&M. Yeah, you know what? We'll do that. Let's do that because you know what? That was the first guitar Wendy bought me, and I'll mess around on that for a few minutes. So yeah, let's do that. Let's put this guy down, not break anything. And since Angelo's here, we're gonna get out the M&M. Alrighty. Look at this thing. It's beautiful. Matches my logo colors, doesn't it? That was on purpose. Alright. So yeah, this guitar is missing a fret. You can see it plain as day over there. Yeah. There it is. It's missing. I have the fret. It's over there, but I have to get all the frets done on this over. I haven't played this thing in forever, and it's still in tune. That's the beauty about Parker Fly guitars. They don't have a locking nut. and they're just so stable. They stay in tune great. Let's go with some clean stuff. Oops, that was a total accident. Let's get the smaller pick so that doesn't happen again. So this has a sustainer built in. Infinite sustain. It's such a beautiful sound and beautiful tone. Thank you. Thank you. It's a beautiful guitar. Yeah, Wendy got me this like the first 3 months into dating. She loved Dragonflies, and this is called the Dragonfly. So this is a Parker Adrian Blue model. And you know what's awesome, Angelo? The model number, because this is all mahogany, has 2 M's in it. M&M USA. I just realized that now. After all these years, you calling it an M&M, it's got MM on the back for mahogany. So that means the neck is mahogany and the body's mahogany. So some of them have P and B, which is poplar and basswood. Another popular one for Parker was Sitka spruce. Jeez, I can't even say it, but that's SS. So there's a lot of really cool model numbers. But since we call it the M&M because of the obvious reasons of the color, it's just pretty funny that it says M&M on the back. Thank you, Timothy. This guitar really needs... I need to fix this thing up, and it's going to be expensive because it's just got a lot of things that needs love. It probably needs a complete new fret job. That's going to be pretty expensive. That reminds me of Play Dragonfly by Frank Marino. Oh, I'm going to have to listen to that. Yeah. But this thing's amazing. Let's see if I can remember this. I do remember this. Another original. I wrote this probably in 1994, and it was about a special someone back then in 94. So this is called Looking at You. And I'm going to try and play at least the melody to it. So let's see what we can do here with this thing. Let's get the looper happening. And let's mute the audio so you get the good mic, the good guitar mic. There you go, Angelo. I could play something on it. As long as we don't go past the 17th fret. So that worked out. Yeah, it's a tune called Looking at You. I'm going to get that one done too. So I got like 3 tunes I want to get finished and get the album together and I'll be done. Oh, imagine that. Thank you. Thank you, Suzanne. Puts you in dreamland. Yes, that's the point of that one. Sounded great. Good night, all. Good night, Vanessa. Whoops, it's moving quick. Moving quick. Get back. Lovely tone. Intro part reminds me of Whispering a Prayer by Vi. Yes. I wish I put that out years ago because I did that. Like I said, it was like 1992. But, yeah, you know, like the Sustainer, that's like a dead giveaway with Mr. Vi. That's this crazy looking pickup right here, the Sustainiac. So let's pop that on real quick. So the way that works is, well, first we should get into a clean sound. That's not going to make everybody deaf. So this knob here is the master for that, and it has a click to it. Guys hear that? So that's an octave higher. So what happens is when you pull this out, you need to have your hands on the guitar because it goes crazy, vibrating crazy. So what winds up happening is if you're not muting stuff, you're going to lose control of the whole guitar. It just feeds back like nuts. So what you want to do is really have your first finger as a mute and then use the other fingers to play the notes, because if you let go of this, it just goes nuts. So here we go. So you start out like maybe over here. First finger is still blocking those other strings, even though I'm using the first finger to do vibrato. And then if I click this knob in, it gives me an octave higher, so check that out. It's very whistle-like. Here it comes. So it's pretty cool. It's a great, great effect. It really is a great effect. Hey, Mr. Formiati, what's going on? Dominic, good to see you again. Tasty playing. Thank you, Sir Forby. Thank you so much. Let's see. Keep going here with some of the comments. Vince, your significance in this world is beyond words. Oh, man, thank you so much. I appreciate it. There's a lot of times where I don't feel very significant at all. But thank you. I do appreciate that, and I get a lot of nice things from students lately, which has been really cool. Some of these guys and gals are all grown up, and I had no idea what kind of an impact I made on people. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, man, thank you. Sounds good through the mahogany. Yeah, this guitar. Super warm sounding guitar. Hey Angelo, yeah man, you're welcome, and thanks for pushing me to bring the guitar out. I gotta get this thing fixed so I can use it all the time because I really do miss playing it, and I think the fret fell off during the pandemic, right, Angelo? I mean, you've been watching me forever. So I stopped using it. I know I was still using it with Lou, and that was up until 2020. He was still playing in 2019, so I'm pretty sure I was still using this guitar with him up until the last few gigs that he did, because this was the main guitar I would bring. He loved this guitar. He always said that it sounded so good, and a few times I brought a Les Paul. Just in case people don't know, Lou Pallo was the guitar player for the Les Paul trio, and I wanted to be respectful and bring a Les Paul. And one night I brought the Les Paul, and he's like, don't bring that guitar. You sound so much better on your other guitar. He goes, and you can't do all the cool tremolo bar stuff, because we would do Sleepwalk, and that's better. This pickup. I don't think I can do the high part on here with that fret missing. Holy cow, I can. Look at that. Maybe I should play it. Ah, yes. Good night, Timothy. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you for your compliments. I do appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Thank you. That guitar is about 14 years old. Yes, it is. It is, actually. Yep. Like I said, this was the first guitar Wendy got me when we first started dating, so it's pushing 14. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I gotta fix this thing because it just plays so good. It sounds awesome. Hey, Paulie Cats. Hold on, everybody. Paulie Cat's in the house. I didn't see you. Well, that sounds like aliens. Thank you. Whale sounds, yes. Good to see Paulie Cats. Yeah, I don't know why it comes up with hand pink waving, rock on. Why does it do that to some people? Some people, the emoji doesn't come up. Very weird. Thank you so much, Paulie, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow. I have to teach tomorrow. It's a long day, but maybe I can meet you guys either. It's probably looking like after I teach. So if you guys are still in New Jersey, at like 9:15, 9:30 at night, maybe I can meet you guys for a late night coffee or early evening. No, that's pretty late. Yeah, for most people. That's late. Look at a face green smiling. What is with this? I don't understand. Oh, that's hilarious. So let's see. We're getting the 2-hour mark here. All right. So we still got a lot of people on. I hate hanging up with you guys when we got over 20 people hanging. But I guess I'll get going soon. I wonder if I can do Sleepwalk on this guitar. Yeah, I'll just stay away from that part of the guitar. Let's try it, and that'll be the tune to conclude the night. Sleepwalk on Wendy's guitar, on the Dragonfly. Let's see, where is... Whoops, go back. Where are you? Where's Sleepwalk? Nope, it's not in here. It's in the master list. Okay, Sleepwalk, there it is. All right, everybody, so we'll close with Sleepwalk. How appropriate for sleepy time. Yeah. it's G. It's G. Alright, let's see what happens. We might have some bad notes because of that missing fret, but I'll do my best. right, everybody. I am going to hit the road. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. Haha, cool. I'm glad. I'm glad you're inspired. That's what I'm here for, to inspire people to play their guitar. Maybe not this late at night, but tomorrow. All right, everybody. Have a great week. I will talk to you all soon. I really appreciate everybody being here. Paulie, maybe I'll see you tomorrow night. If not, tell Lisa we'll catch up at a later time. And I'll see you all next Monday. Have a great week. And remember, try and, like Wendy used to say, be kind, be patient, be tolerant, and play music loud. Yeah. Good night, everybody. Talk to you soon. Thanks.